everybody, it's Teresa. Welcome to my channel. I'm going to be doing my first tutorial today with some of the products I got from Beebeecraft. I'm sure you know, but Beebeecraft is an online craft supply store. They have stuff for crafts other than beading and jewelry making. I just only ever look at the beading and jewelry making stuff, but they have other stuff for other crafts too. They have really good products, really good beads and findings, and I've never been disappointed with anything I've got from them, and I've ordered from them for years. The only thing is, when you order from them, it usually takes about 2 weeks to get your order. Before I forget, they offer free shipping, and for orders over $25. And I'm reading off their website here. It says the free shipping is not only for customers in the United States, but also other countries. I don't know if that means every other country, but probably most other countries. They have this YouTube program where if you have a YouTube channel and you have at least 100 subscribers, you can apply to this program and you can review products and do tutorials for them. They gave me a coupon code that you can use if you buy anything. It's Teresa10, and I'll put it in the description box and on the screen here. It'll save you 10% off your entire order. I'm going to post links to all the Beebeecraft products I'm using in the description box below, and then I'm also going to post links to whatever tools and things that I'm using in this video, because I have a lot of people ask me about links, or for links for the stuff that I use. So as much as I can find on I might not be able to find links for everything, but I think I can for most things, and I'll put that in the description box below too. This is going to be Lariat style necklace. It's kind of a fake lariat. It's not really a lariat. I'm using I'm using all the white pearls that I got in this little box. They're 8mm glass pearls, and there's all these different colors, and I've taken all the white ones out of here. I think I'll use all of them, probably will. They're 8mm. I can't remember if I said that or not. I'm using the eye pins that I got from them, the stainless steel eye pins that I got. And I've got one head pin. I've got some jump rings. I've got a little ring here that I'm going to put at the focal part, and I've got some chain here. I'll probably put some chain around the back. The jump rings and the other ring there and the chain are all from my stash, and the head pin is from my stash. I think that's everything. Let me get some stuff out of the way. And okay, I forgot to go over my supplies. I'm using my chain nose pliers and my bent chain nose pliers. I really just are going to use these like to open and close jump rings. I don't know where I got these chain nose pliers. I've had them forever, and these bent chain nose pliers I got from Beebeecraft years ago. And I'm going to be using my round nose pliers that I got from Beebeecraft years ago, and my tweezer pliers. These are Xuron. And I'm going to be using these big heavy duty cutters that I got. I thought they were for beading, but I think they're to be used on the farm to cut down fences or something. But I needed a heavy duty pair because these eye pins are stainless steel and they're a little bit harder to cut than normal. I usually use my Xuron cutters to cut the eye pins, but these are heavier, and I needed something heavy duty to cut them with. My Xuron cutters might have cut them, but the ones I have are really old and they're pretty dull, and also I don't have a lot of strength in my hands, so it might have just been all that combined that made it to where I needed some more heavy duty cutters. But those are what I'm going to be using. I'm going to do this. I've got a few of these already done. I'm going to do simple loops. You can do wrap loops if you want to, if you want to make something like this. I just wanted to do simple loops today. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take my little ring here, and I'm going to do a beaded chain up each side and connect to my little ring here, and then on the bottom I'm going to dangle some beads off the bottom, and it's going to end up looking like a kind of like a lariat, but it's not really a lariat because the beads are not going to be Obviously, they're not going to be going through the ring. So, but it's going to be like a fake lariat. And then I'll probably use all these and then finish up the back of it with the chain that I have here. I usually make these really long, like about 32 inches. So I'm probably just going to wrap all these. I'll do simple loops on all these and then see what kind of length I have, and then finish off the back of it with chain. So I'm going to make a few simple loops here with you, and then I'll do the rest of them off camera. I'll do this focal part and do the rest of it off camera. I'm going to take my head pin first because my bottom pearl obviously doesn't need a loop on both sides. So I'm going to take my head pin here and put my bead on. Well, that bead hole seems to be stopped up. Let me try this one. There we go. Now I'm going to take my pliers and I'm going to go a little bit above the bead so that I don't crack my bead. I'm going to bend the pin over at a 90-degree angle. Zoom in a little bit here. Now I think I can cut this with my regular Xuron cutters here, so I'm going to cut off. That's not as bent as I want it to be. These are some heavy eye pins I got from Walmart, along with those heavy head pin I got from Walmart, along with those heavy eye pins I got. Okay, now I'm going to cut off, and I'm going to leave probably about 1/4 of an inch of wire. I'm going to hold on to this so that it doesn't go flying. Oh, I forgot to mention my little shot glass. I have my little New Orleans shot glass. I can't leave him out to put my little wires in when I cut them off. Now I'm going to take my round nose pliers, and I'm going to go to the end of the wire here and make sure there's nothing sticking out there. And then I'm just going to roll back a loop. So that's what I've got, and that's going to be on the very bottom of my little dangle that I'm going to dangle off the front. And let me see about this one that had the hole that I can't get through. Sometimes when these pearls, they're just, they're painted glass pearls, and sometimes the paint is just over the hole there, and you can take your bead reamer or your beading awl and kind of stick it in there, or a head pin or an eye pin or whatever, and stick it in there and usually get that out. Let me see if I can get one on it now. Yeah, there we go. It was just a little paint over the hole there is all that was. Okay, now I'm going to take my pliers here and just do the same thing. I'm just going to go a little bit above the bead so that I don't crack my bead. Bend over at a 90-degree angle. The eye pins are easy to bend. It's just cutting them is a little bit difficult. Like I said, it's probably a lot to do with the fact that I don't have a lot of strength in my hands. I'm going to cut off here, leaving about 1/4 of an inch. And then I'm going to roll back a loop. And then I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and my bent chain nose pliers and straighten up my loops because they're almost never straight. Okay. Now I'm going to take another eye pin and another bead. Put my bead on. Go a little bit above the bead so I don't crack my bead. Bend over at a 90-degree angle. Cut off, leaving about 1/4 of an inch of wire. I have to cover it up and do that because I have to squeeze really hard to cut it. Again, I think it's just that I don't have a lot of strength in my hands, and these are just a little bit harder than what I'm used to using. Now I'm going to roll back a loop. That one came out pretty straight. I don't think I have to fool with him straightening him up. Now I'm just going to take another eye pin, put my bead on, go a little bit above the bead, bend a 90-degree angle, cut off, leaving about 1/4 of an inch of wire. Take my round nose pliers and roll back my loop. Take my chain nose pliers and my bent chain nose pliers and straighten up my loops. Okay, now I'm going to hook these together. I really only need 2 of those that I made on the eye pins. I'm going to take my pliers, open one of my loops, make sure I'm opening the side that opens. I'm always trying to get the wrong side. Yeah. And then thread on one of my others. Close it up. Now I'm going to take this side and open it up and thread on the one that just is on the head pin, because he's going to be on the bottom. And close up my loop. Sure it's closed up really well. This is the side that already had the loop, the side of the eye pin that already had the loop made, and you have to be careful with them and watch, because sometimes they're not really closed as well as they should be. So I always check them and make sure to close them up better than they are sometimes. Okay, now that's going to be coming off the bottom of my little ring here. And then, let me see, maybe I'll do better here. This is going to be coming off the bottom. And then I'm going to do this and this all the way up the sides. So I'm going to take my jump ring, the 6mm jump ring. I'm going to open it up. I'm going to take my little bottom part here and thread it on and connect it to my ring. Always run my finger over it there to make sure it's closed up good. Now I'm going to take another jump ring. Open it up. Thread on my ring and drop my jump ring. Somebody commented and said they call them jump rings because they jump out of your hands, and they sure do. Now I'm going to thread on one side of my necklace here. Close up my jump ring. And I'm going to take another jump ring. Thread on the other side of my ring. And the other side of my beginnings of my side chain. Okay, so that's what I've got so far. So now I'm just going to finish wrapping on probably all my beads here and connect up both sides, make both sides, and then see what kind of length I've got and add some chain to it. So I'll be back. It's me, I'm back again. I just wanted to tell y'all, I got to thinking, I had never told y'all, when I make a lot of these like this, I do sort of a little assembly line thing here. It kind of saves time. I go through and put them all on the pins, and then I go through and bend them all at the 90-degree angle, and then I go through and cut them, and then I go through and make the loops on them, and it just saves a little bit of time. That way you're not switching tools back and forth so much every time, and it just saves a little time to do it that way. So I just wanted to tell y'all that. I'll be back when I get all these done. Okay, this is what I've got so far. I've changed it up a little bit. I had, by the time I got done, I had 10 beads on this side and 10 beads on this side, and I had an extra one left, and I couldn't leave him all lonely. So I added him to this bottom part. So I've got 4 down here instead of the 3 that I had. And I was gonna put just a big long chain around the back of it and not use a clasp, but I've decided to use a clasp and just put some chain up each side and use a clasp. I tried it with the big long piece of chain, and it just looked like too much chain to me, so I'm gonna do it this way. It's still gonna be very long, probably 25 inches or so, because I always like to make these tassel-like necklaces. I mean, lariat-like style necklaces long. So it's still going to be very long. But, so I'm going to take one piece of my chain. This is about 6 inches of chain here. Try to get up here and not be blurring. And I'm going to take one side of my little beaded chain here and get the side of the loop that will open. There it is. And thread my piece of chain on. To open it up just a little bit more. It's awfully close to that bead there, and it makes it harder to get it on there. There we go. Make sure to close it back up real good. I'm just going to do the same thing over here. My other piece of chain. Close it up real good. Now I'm going to take a jump ring and a lobster clasp. It's a 6mm jump ring. Open my jump ring. Thread on my chain. Thread on my lobster. And then I got a little bit bigger jump ring here. I got a 8mm jump ring. I don't know if this has got a slit in it or not. This might be a... Well, I didn't order the soldered jump rings, but I don't believe this one's got a slit. Hold on, let me get another one. Okay, I got one with a split in it this time. That one just must have been an aberrant one that was thrown in there. Thread on my piece of chain, and I've got a little bit of extender chain here that it's about 2 inches that I'm going to put on here. And I cut that off of this spool. I got a spool of chain, large length chain on Amazon, and I just make my own extender chain with that. I'll put a link to this in the description box below too, so y'all will have that. Okay, I think we're done. I'll try to get it all together in one frame here, and I'll be back. Okay, I've had another change of plans. I decided I couldn't leave this little extender chain here with nothing on the end of him, so I got a 4mm pearl that I had in my stash, and I'm gonna just do this as a little dangle. So I got a ball head pin here, so I'm gonna just put my little 4mm bead on here, and go to the tip of my pliers. Bend the wire over the top of the pliers at a 90-degree angle. Guess I should have zoomed in a little bit more for this. Take my round nose pliers, put them in the crook of the bend there. Bend the wire back till it hits the bead. Rotate the pliers till they're facing the table. Hold on tight and pull this wire up till it hits the bottom of the pliers. Cock it back a little to center it over the bead. Take one pair of bent chain nose pliers and my other pair of bent chain nose pliers, and hold on tight and try to get this first loop really good, or first wrap really good and tight. Just keep wrapping until the space is all filled up. Then cut off. Take my crimping pliers and squish in my little burrs that are left. I'm going to take my chain nose pliers and my bent chain nose pliers, and I'm just going to open the end of this link here. This link here on the end of my extender chain. Thread my little pearl on here. And that pretties up that little extender chain a little bit. So now I'm going to try to get everything in one frame, and I'll be back. Okay, there it is, all laid out, hopefully so that you can see it all. It's pretty long. It's kind of hard to get in one frame. I put this blue mat down here in case, hoping it would help you to be able to see it better. I hope you all enjoyed this video. If you decide to order from Beebeecraft, definitely take advantage of that coupon code. It'll save you 10% off your order. As usual, thank you all so much for joining me today. I really appreciate those of you who have watched my videos and subscribed to my channel and liked and commented on my videos. I have a website where I sell my jewelry. It's Teresa's Handmade Jewelry, and I'll put a link to it in the description box below in case you're interested, along with a link to my Facebook and Instagram and my email. If you haven't, I'd really love it if you subscribe and hit the notification bell so you're notified when I upload a new video. So until next time, I hope you all have a great day. Take care.